course, your issues are simply vehicles for politicians to gain power. And we'll remind you that the president last week signed the Political Parties Amendment Act. There's more to it, but of course the focus is on the fact that it allows merger of parties, which would be good for the Jubilee Alliance Party, but we'll talk a little bit more about that and much more. In studio with me today, Honorable Johnson Sakaja, who's the chair of the National Alliance Party, and Honorable John Mbadi, who's the chair of the Orange Democratic Movement, and Daisy Amdani, who's in the National Women's Steering Committee, and also sat on the Political Parties Liaison Committee. So let's start with you, Daisy. The president signed the amendments into law. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? What's good in it? What's not?
Well, I don't think it is a bad thing because, it simply provides for mergers. The only issue that I have with it is that the legislation is mainly to facilitate the 2017 general election and the direction that the ruling coalition wants to go. And I think that that's not a good way to legislate. It's unfortunate that our legislators tend to legislate for themselves. As to whether political parties address the issues of Kenyans, I don't think they ever have, really. Political parties have merely been special purpose vehicles to allow people to get into power. When you look at the amendments that have been made, they are to facilitate a direction that people want to go. In the sense that, okay, fine, yes, it does create the opportunity for those mergers to happen, while also maintaining the not more than 2/3 gender principle. But at the end of the day, it is simply a piece of legislation to facilitate the direction that the politicians want to take in 2017. Okay. It's not a piece of legislation for Kenyans or for addressing the issues of Kenyans.
All right, Sakaja, this apparently would be good for TNA, as TNA and URP consider the merger of Jubilee Alliance Party?
It'll be good for any political party that wishes to merge. And it's important to clarify at this point that there are very few new provisions. The law already had provided for mergers. This is something that is contemplated in our constitution. It is also contemplated in the Political Parties Act as it was before. And the amendments simply brought clarity to certain areas and certain issues. And I'll give you two examples. Yeah. The first example, if you look at the old Act, Section 10 or 11, it said that when a party merges or comes together with another party, then the members of parliament and members of county assembly are then able to stay within that party, the new party that is formed, or remain independent, or move to any other party to make a decision. But it had omitted the president and the governors. The spirit of the law is that any elected person then can make that decision. So the only amendment that was made was to actually include the president and the deputy. Another example is that the political parties that receive funding from the political parties fund based on the threshold that was already in the law. So it was just to bring clarity that if those parties merge, then the total amount of money that they were entitled to then comes into one basket. So there's not much. I've seen some misreporting that now we are allowing members of parliament to party hop or to change allegiance.
But it really, that is not, like you said, because now it includes the president and the governors, then this really does set the way for President Uhuru Kenyatta to run on a JAP ticket. So it works to his benefit, though, doesn't it?
Of course, in the same way that it was already providing for MPs and county assembly members, there is no reason in law as to why that provision would apply to MPs and MCAs and not apply to the president and governors. That was actually an omission in the law. And those who came for the public hearings and the experts who were consulted by the committee when they did that actually said that is a clear omission. It should be any elected official. So there's no undue advantage. Mergers are already provided within the law. And of course, as Jubilee, we have had an intention to merge, and for very noble reasons. And during that intention, you have to look at what are the legal hurdles. Is there any challenge within the law that is not clear or that needs better clarity? And that is why you have a parliament to actually bring into clarity an aspiration that already exists within the law. So it's not a new law.
All right.
It's not a new provision. Already there's a provision to merge.
Okay, so just seeking clarity. Mbadi, do you agree?
First of all, let me say that this amendment was both good and bad. Good in the sense that the product wasn't bad, but the motive was bad. The motive was bad in the sense that, you see, why this amendment became necessary was because Jubilee Alliance affiliates or parties as they were realized after discussing for a very long time that they were going to commit a very big sin, that if they merged, then there was a lacuna in law, and that the president would technically would have lost his seat, and all the governors who were elected on constituent parties, the TNA, URP and others. But the product, I would agree with Honorable Sakaja that what came out of the discussion in Parliament, and which is the law now, was trying to amend Section 11 of the Political Parties Act, which has actually just provided that the president and the governor and the deputy president are also included together with MPs and MCS, and also to protect the political party funding that was going to URP and TNA, because in the absence of that, JAP would have been a fresh new party which did not participate in the last election, and hence wouldn't have qualified for the funding. But there is a point that I think we were discussing just before we came, and I think that is important to highlight, that after making that amendment, we assumed that the parties that would want to merge are those parties which actually cooperated, or so to speak, worked together in the previous election. Right. What if today TNA of Honorable Sakaja and ODM decides TNA to pull out of that arrangement they had with URP, and ODM to pull out of the arrangement we had in court and merge to form a new outfit? Is that what Kenyans voted for in 2013? The answer is no. So, but the law as it is allows that merger can take place. Okay. So I think that that particular aspect should have been looked at when we passed this particular amendment.
And we'll talk about that, because what you're indicating is TNA and ODM are fundamentally and ideologically different parties.
Just as an example.
As an example, yes. I think that would be good to be clear. Sakaja is probably having a couple of nightmares. But would this be something that would be used, say, by CORD, for example? So you have ODM, Ford Kenya and Wiper then merging into one party within the CORD coalition to form one party?
We have made it very clear that as CORD we are not thinking of merging into one political outfit. We are very comfortable with the current arrangement. That does not mean that it is not an option that can be considered, but I think as CORD constituent parties, we are very comfortable working in a system of coalition and forming coalition before election, and that coalition has served us well. We are interested in seeing entrenchment of political party system in this country, and so we are not interested in this game of changing political parties.
So the political party system, I want us to take a short break, but Daisy, before we do that, let's talk a little bit about this political party system in the country. And the fact that, and we have some of these numbers that we will be displaying on our super wall in just a moment, since 2011, when the Political Parties Act was passed, we still don't have a substantive registrar. So are we institutionalizing, political parties in this country? Is this something you feel the Parliament of the day has failed in making sure?
Of course, the Parliament of the day has failed in that respect, because I think what we're doing is institutionalizing impunity, because the Registrar of Political Parties has been acting since 2011, and that puts her in a very weakened position. And as a result, we've seen that she has not been able to rein in the political parties. For me, that is a problem, that the political parties continue to be comfortable with an acting registrar that allows them to have a field day in whichever way. But having said that, the whole idea of having the Political Parties Act was so that we could entrench a culture of democracy and building political parties.
Have we done that?
No, we have not. In fact, I think we can, commendable to ODM. I think it's the only party that has actually been consistent in being there since, I think it's 2007. Otherwise, we've seen political parties morph, because like now we've had, and KANU, of course, KANU has been there and continues to be there. Well, okay, there are quite a few. There's DP, but in terms of substantive players, ODM has remained the only political party that has remained consistent in its approach. Look at the way TNA is now merging with URP to become JAP. We know that in 2007, the principles vied on different tickets. So you see, we continue to just morph
Okay.
and not entrench that
Yeah.
political culture. So
All
I
right.
think that is a problem. That is a problem of convenience. You see,
Okay.
where political
That is a problem
parties,
with our politics, is that the parties are, synonymous with individuals. So Daisy would not know that.
but that is what we were
that-
trying to move away from, even when we were advocating
Yeah.
for political parties to be
me finish
funded
making
by
my point.
taxpayers.
All right.
It was
Okay.
so that we avoid having
All right.
political parties that are owned by individuals.
Okay.
Yeah, let me
Sakaja,
make my
your
point.
way? All right.
What I was saying is that, which is the reason why Daisy would not know that TNA is actually older than ODM. TNA was formed in 2001. It was just a name change in 2012. And when Uhuru Kenyatta joined TNA is when it then gained the prominence it has.
Okay.
Now that is what we need to
Or
change.
rather
That
acquired.
is what
All
we
right.
need
Okay.
to
Interesting
change.
one. Yes, to know. But then, so why
within our
move,
politics.
why then form the Jubilee Alliance Party?
You see, for us, and which is what I think is very important for many Kenyans. Today we're in a situation where political parties are mostly inclined with certain communities. If you ask every major community is linked one or another to a specific political party. Now, the future of this country cannot be built on parties that are just based on tribal lining. If you ask today which party are Luos in, or Kambas, or Luyas, in fact we have like 4. Which party are Kikuyu close to, or, there's a specific party. So what we're saying is, why don't we change this narrative and bring in, create a party.
But to be fair, Sakaja, TNA did try to do that.
Yes.
We have the chair, which is yourself, from one part of the country.
Yeah.
We have Onyango Lowe, the Secretary General, from another part. And that was the selling point of TNA in 2013.
But it's more than just
that. You were that. So many people are asking the difference between JAP and TNA then.
It must be more than that. You see, because we have, and of course it's going to be a process, because we have specific political leaders who then command great following within different parts of the country. We're saying, let us create a party where somebody in Kainuk in Turkana feels that this is the party that I belong to. Somebody in Kilifi, somebody in
And that is not the
Northeastern.
case with TNA right now?
We would love it to be the case, but there's no political party today that can actually say that. As a matter of fact, yes, we have MPs across the country, from Northeastern to
Yeah.
Nyanza province to Western. We have to Turkana, but we want to move there so that we can say this is a party that is a party of Kenyans.
Okay,
And
all right.
I think that must be the direction that all of us take. Really.
Okay, I'd like you to hold that thought. Lady, gentlemen, we're taking a quick break right now on Checkpoint. We will be right back. We'll be talking a little bit more about the merger. We'll be talking about ODM. We'll be talking about why 6 years later we still don't have a substantive registrar of political parties. We've touched on that a little bit, plus a little bit more of your feedback. Stay with us. We'll be back after this break.